close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a vast, open field. The horizon stretches endlessly before you. It's quiet, not the silence of emptiness, but the silence before a storm. It's the kind of silence that asks, "Are you ready?" Now open your eyes, because today isn't just another day. Today is the day you awaken the fire within you. You've felt it, haven't you? That tiny flicker deep in your soul. The one that refuses to go out, no matter how many storms you've faced. It's not just a feeling, it's a calling. A whisper from the universe telling you that you're meant for something greater. But here's the thing. Greatness doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who rise, to those who dare to stand when the world tells them to sit, to those who look at the impossible and say, "Watch me." Dreams, they're heavy, aren't they? They sit on your chest, demanding to be seen, to be heard, to be chased. But too often, we push them aside. We tell ourselves, not now, maybe later. We let fear, doubt, and excuses bury them beneath the rubble of someday. But let me tell you something about dreams. They're not here to wait. They're here to ignite you, to pull you out of your comfort zone, to remind you that you were never meant to live a small life. You were meant to take up space, to shine, to leave a mark so deep that the world will remember you long after you're gone. So why are you waiting? Why are you hesitating? You don't need permission to chase your dreams. The only permission you need is the one you give yourself. But here's the truth about chasing greatness. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be. The path to greatness is steep, filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments that will test every ounce of your courage. You'll face people who doubt you, people who tell you that you're dreaming too big, aiming too high. They'll laugh, they'll criticize, they'll try to pull you back into the shadows where they feel safe. And you'll want to stop, to turn around, to retreat to the comfort of good enough. But you didn't come this far to settle for good enough. You didn't survive every battle, every heartbreak, every storm just to give up now. Number, you came here to rise, to face the challenge head on, to show the world and yourself what you're truly made of. Courage. It's a small word, but it carries the weight of mountains, and it starts with a single decision, the decision to begin. You don't need to have it all figured out. You don't need to know every step of the journey. All you need is the courage to take the first step, to move forward, even if you're unsure, even if you're scared. Because here's the secret. Every great achievement, every incredible success story you've ever heard, started with a single step. One moment of courage. One decision to say, "I will try." So I ask you now, what is it that you've been holding back? What is the dream that's been sitting in the back of your mind, waiting for you to breathe life into it? That fire inside you. It's not there by accident. It's there to guide you, to drive you, to remind you of who you are. And who you are is someone capable of greatness. The world may try to dim your light. It may try to convince you that you're not enough. But let me tell you something. The world doesn't get to decide who you are. You do. So rise, step forward. Take the first step toward the life you've always dreamed of. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. And as you walk this path, remember, you're not walking it alone. Every person who has ever dared to chase their dreams has walked it before you. And now it's your turn. This is just the beginning. The fire within you is waiting to blaze, to light up the darkness, to turn your dreams into reality. So take a deep breath, feel the weight of your dreams, and step into your greatness. Because your time isn't someday. Your time is now. Fear, it's the shadow that lingers at the edge of your dreams. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you're not ready, that you're not enough, that you'll never make it. Fear is persistent. It knows exactly where to strike, how to paralyze you, how to make you doubt everything you've worked for. But here's the thing about fear. It's a liar. It's not a reflection of your reality. It's a projection of your doubts. And the only way to silence it is to face it. Imagine standing in a dark room, fear looming over you like a towering shadow. At first, it feels overwhelming, but then you reach for the light. And in that moment, you realize something incredible. The shadow was never as big as it seemed. It was just an illusion, growing larger because you let it. Fear is energy. It's raw, untamed, and powerful. And like all energy, it can be transformed. Instead of letting it control you, use it to propel you forward. The next time fear whispers in your ear, lean into it. Ask yourself, what am I afraid of? Name it, call it out, and then challenge it. Because the moment you shine a light on your fears, they lose their power. Resilience. It's the armor that protects you from the battles ahead. It's not something you're born with. It's something you build, one challenge at a time. Think back to the hardest moments of your life, the times when you felt like giving up, the times when the weight of the world was too much to bear. And yet, here you are, stronger, wiser, unbroken. Every setback you've faced, every failure you've endured has been a lesson, a stepping stone, a reminder that you are capable of surviving anything. And the more you embrace those lessons, the more resilient you become. Obstacles. They're the mountains that rise before you, blocking your path, daring you to turn back. They test your resolve, your patience, your determination. But here's the truth. Obstacles aren't there to stop you. They're there to strengthen you. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity in disguise. It's a chance to grow, to innovate, to prove to yourself that you are stronger than the challenges before you. The question is not whether you will face obstacles, because you will. The question is, what will you do when they appear? The first step to transforming obstacles is to change the way you see them. Instead of viewing them as barriers, see them as stepping stones. Every challenge is a lesson waiting to be learned. Every failure is a step closer to success. When you shift your perspective, obstacles lose their power to intimidate you. Think about the greatest achievements in history. They weren't accomplished in the absence of obstacles. They were achieved because someone had the courage to face those obstacles head-on. They saw opportunities where others saw dead ends. Adaptability is your greatest ally in the face of obstacles. When the path ahead is blocked, find another way. When the plan falls apart, create a new one. Obstacles force you to think creatively, to innovate, to discover strengths you never knew you had. Remember, the most resilient trees are the ones that bend with the wind, not the ones that resist it. Flexibility is not weakness. It's a sign of strength and survival. Be like the tree that bends but never breaks. Persistence is the bridge between obstacles and opportunities. It's not about having all the answers. It's about refusing to give up. It's about getting up one more time than you fall. Obstacles test your resolve, but persistence proves it. Each time you push forward, even when it feels impossible, you grow stronger. You build momentum. And with enough momentum, even the tallest mountains can be moved. Here's the secret. Every obstacle holds an opportunity, but it's up to you to find it. When something blocks your path, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to grow? Obstacles are life's way of refining you, shaping you, preparing you for the greatness that lies ahead. They force you to dig deeper, to reach higher, to become more than you were before. And in that process, you discover your true potential. Momentum. It's the force that carries you forward when your willpower falters. It's the rhythm you build through consistent effort, the flow that takes you closer to your dreams with every step. But how do you create it? And more importantly, how do you keep it alive? Getting started is always the hardest part. It's like pushing a heavy boulder up a hill. At first it feels impossible, but with every shove, it moves a little further. That's the secret of momentum. It rewards persistence. Each action you take, no matter how small, adds to the force behind you. Each step compounds, building into a wave of energy that becomes unstoppable. So take that first step, then another, and another. Before you know it, you won't just be moving, you'll be soaring. Momentum thrives on consistency. It's not about bursts of effort followed by long pauses. It's about showing up every day, even when you don't feel like it. It's about doing the hard work when no one's watching. The small daily actions that feel insignificant in the moment are the very things that build greatness. Ask yourself, what can I do today to move closer to my goal? Then do it. Don't wait for motivation to strike. Action creates motivation, not the other way around. As momentum builds, something extraordinary happens. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable begin to shrink. The doubts that once held you back start to fade. You realize that nothing, not fear, not failure, not even the voices of those who doubted you, can stop you. Because you've become unstoppable. Not because you never stumble, but because you never stop moving forward. And that's the essence of greatness. Not perfection, but perseverance. Rise, keep moving, keep believing, because the world needs your light, your strength, your greatness. This is your time. This is your story, and it's only just beginning.